Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking onto today's video. If you are new to my channel, you are highly welcome. Please consider subscribing if you like what you see. Subscription is totally free, and remember to turn on the bell, that way you'll be notified each time I upload a new and interesting video. And to you all my old and my new subscribers, thank you for always tuning in to watch my video. I appreciate each and every one of you. So today's video is going to be a 3-in-1 video, but first we are going to be harvesting or plugging this fresh bitter leaf directly from my garden. This is organic garden farm fresh bitter leaf. And if you are wondering why I'm plugging or harvesting the bitter leaf the way I'm doing, reason is because I want to take my time to cut the stem, then I will transplant it immediately. So mainly you harvest bitter leaf by cutting the stems, but like I said, I want to take my time to cut the stem, then I will plant it or transplant it as fresh as I can, because I don't like cutting the stem of my bitter leaf or any veggie at all. I don't like cutting and keeping them for a long time. I always like each harvested bitter leaf that I've gotten so far. I harvested a lot of bitter leaf on this very day. Like when I said a lot, I mean I harvested a lot of bitter leaf. This is like times 6 of what you are seeing, And this is not my first time of harvesting or plugging a bitter leaf from my garden as well. I've been doing this gradually. I'm working towards winter storage, because before you know it, winter will start knocking on our door, and you don't want the weather or the winter to take you unaware. You have to start on time, because the earlier you start, the more harvest or the more storage you will have. So I've been taking some of the harvested or the plucked bitter leaf inside the house, and I decided to get a clip or show you a clip of the harvested ones. So yeah, as you can see, like I say, this bitter leaf is giving me so much joy. Can you see the leaf? Can you see that freshness? Like, tell me something. So I'm just going to get my bowl, and then I'll gather it, then we'll head inside the house. Okay, so keep watching. I'll be right back. So we are going to start by adding the fresh harvested bitter leaf inside our clean sink. For the purpose of this video, I'll be doing the washing inside my kitchen. Mainly, I love washing my bitter leaves outside, precisely at my garden. By washing it outside, I can sit down properly, then add the bitter leaf inside a big or a wider basin as well. So at this point, I just added salt inside the bitter leaf. The salt will make the washing process to be much more easier. I'm just going to run water inside the bitter leaf as well. Make sure all the bitter leaf touches water so that it will be easier as well to wash. So at this point, I'm going to use my hand to merge the bitter leaf. But this is personal preference. Just go ahead and figure out what is good for you. I'm just trying to use my sieve to get the remaining tiny grains that are still remaining inside the water, because there's no room for wastage. Because wastage did not help me to grow or harvest this bitter leaf. So in that case, wastage is not allowed either. So just take your time to get every tiny grain that is remaining inside. So at this point, I'm just going to drink the water that is in the sink. And after washing your bitter leaf, this is what you should expect. Like, this is the part I hate so much. Bitter leaf will leave your fingers, your nails looking so ugly and dirty. So I'm going to add a new water. When I'm done, I'm going to repeat the same process by transferring the squeezed bitter leaf inside the clean water, because at this point I am honestly and truly satisfied When I'm done transferring it, I'm going to add palm oil inside the bitter leaf. The palm oil will stop the foaming process. Like when you want to stop the foaming of your bitter leaf, the only thing I know of, like what my mother taught me, is adding palm oil. No matter how you try to squeeze foam out from the bitter leaf after you have added palm oil, that foam will never come out. Like it will never come out. So at this point, I'm just going to squeeze out the bitter leaf out from the water. The final result of our fresh, harvested, washed bitter leaf. The process was so amazing, the process was so fulfilling, but I must be honest, standing to wash this bitter leaf wasn't easy. Like I said, I prefer sitting down to do the washing. So the rest of the bitter leaf, I'll be washing them outside and off camera as well. So I'm just going to grab my Ziploc bag. I will package or store them inside. If you don't have a Ziploc bag, you can as well get a clean container to store or package them as well. So let me know in the comment section below, what aspect of bitter leaf do you dislike? Is it the harvesting aspect, the washing aspect, or the dirty or ugly fingers it leaves after you are done washing? Comment down below, let me hear your thoughts, okay? So this is the bag of the bitter leaf. So in total, I got 7 bags and half filled up. So I'm just going to store it in my freezer as long as I can. Go ahead and put it in your freezer as long as you have constant power supply. But if you don't have a constant power supply, you can as well use the sun dry method. Thank you so much for watching this video. If I deserve a thumbs up, please do not go without giving it to me. I will see you all on my next video. Bye for now.